My name is Bill Hall, Superintendent of Schools for Salina USD 305, and today we're here at Central High with the Executive Director of Bond Projects as well as Executive Director of Maintenance and Operations, Mr. Chris Upson, building. We're actually on the second floor of what I consider to be the main north-south hallway here at Central High.
Well, on the west side of the corridor, we have renovated 9 classroom spaces. We renovated those over the summer. They are done, and teachers and students have moved into those. On the east side, we're building a media center. So we've got a temporary wall up because there's construction going on the other side of that. You open the door, it's almost like opening a door to the sky. There's walls missing. It's daylight over on that side. They're trying to get that buttoned up before the winter comes. It's pretty hard to imagine, but the east wall in the main corridor, a good portion of it's going to go away, and it's going to be a big open space. We end up being the media center. That's pretty tough to imagine that with your mind, but that's the end state. That's what's going to happen. So this wall that we have in the corridor here divides off the construction area from the school so we can have school.
But this is now a main passageway for our students when they pass between classes, and we have sometimes 1,000 students that go from one part of the building to another that may have to go through this particular small passageway. And actually, I was here, I've seen it in place. Seems to be working just fine. The students understand that they have to be flexible as they kind of go through this process, but I'm just amazed at how we can continue to have school and transfer kids safely throughout the building while we have construction going on around us.
It is a temporary condition. I don't think there's a lot of loitering in the hallway. You kind of have to get gone and get where you need to be, and if you stop, you're going to get run over, kind of a situation. So it is kind of like Disneyland here. You got people that you don't know with hard hats kind of coming out one door and into another door and wondering what's going on. But there's a lot of work going on all around here. Millions of dollars worth of work happening 5 feet away from us, and we're having school, and it's pretty amazing.
And when we talked about the amount of renovation, we said 80% of Central High's project is renovation. So even though when folks drive by, they see like the new storm shelter out on the east side of the building, they see the new signs we got west, but there's so much happening into the interior of this school. And this building was constructed, as Old Salina High School was built in 1952, and so it's a relatively old building, but it's still very, very functional and an excellent building in terms of structure. It's structurally sound, but just needed some upgrades and some renovation.
That's correct. Resoundingly, we are meeting the objectives of the bond, and we have learned, or through a very intensive design process, we have made use of as much of the budget as we could to spread it out through the whole school, so that we ended up with at the end of the day, a school that looked completely renovated, and now not gutted, but completely renovated and fresh all throughout, which was what the design team wanted, and I think we're going to be able to achieve that.
And I think too, with the design team, they really wanted to maintain the tradition of the building. And I believe that these new designs, it's going to have a fresh look, it's going to have a new look, but they still maintain the tradition of Central High. And I think that's extremely important to the design team. So it's all part of the bond issue that's passed in 2014. The primary goals of that was all-day kindergarten. We've achieved that. We'll continue to get those buildings completed. We also have school safety and security. We'll have controlled access points here at Central High, South High, and all of our other schools, and storm shelters to make sure that all of our students are safe. And then also here at Central High and South, we have current tech ed development, new pathways, new facilities. So it's all exciting. Just another way that we continue to make a difference in the lives of our students.